Hey everyone, it's Ivory from Brucko, and in today's video, I want to ask a question. I've been hearing a lot of people mention that LeBron James is a stat patter, and I want to address some of those things and share my perspective on whether or not he's a stat patter. According to Wikipedia, in sports, stat padding is an action that improves a player's statistics despite being of little benefit to his or her team or its chances of winning. I don't have any advanced stats or clips to show you if LeBron is or if he's not a stat patter. I just want to talk about what I see from the eye test if LeBron James is a stat patter. LeBron is scoring at a very high clip this year, and yet it does not seem to be translating to wins for his team. So some would say, hey man, that's stat padding. But if you really look at the statistics and the numbers, LeBron have to score these Herculean efforts. You have to put up 50 points, 30 points, 20 rebounds, 10 assists, and a few steals, play defense, and do all of these Herculean things just to give his team a shot at winning a basketball game. I mean, let's face it, LeBron is at the tail end of his career, and he loves the game of basketball. You can tell some guys, they just play the game just for a paycheck, which I totally understand. I mean, they make a lot of money, but at the same time, you can tell LeBron, he loves the game. He takes good care of his body, and he really wants to be out there playing the game of basketball. I mean, it's what he loves to do. He's been doing this for almost 20 years. And can you blame the guy for wanting to get out there and make some extra stats work for him? I don't know. And one thing I learned about LeBron is very competitive and very ambitious. And let's be honest, he is definitely chasing Kareem's record of the scoring title. LeBron wants to be known as a scorer, but he also wants to be known as a facilitator, a rebounder, a defender, at least back in his old days. He don't play much defense now, but LeBron wants to be that complete player. And this is a way to demonstrate that he is that complete player because he's normally not mentioned with the score. We hear scorers. You really hear Jordan, Kobe, Kevin Durant. You don't really hear LeBron James' name mentioned with the great scorers. I think it'd be a great feat if he can win the scoring title at 19 years in the league and being 37 years old. That's a great notch to have in his belt. To be honest, LeBron has been injured the last 2 out of the last 4 seasons, major significant injuries, and he is getting up there in age. He's 37 years old. You don't know. I mean, every time you play basketball at that age, you don't know if that's your last game you're going to play. You could have a significant injury, or Father Time is undefeated. It catches up with everyone. And LeBron also wants to play with his son, Bronny. And I think this is a motivation that he has personally to get out here, play basketball at the highest level, and defy Father Time as long as possible. So it's kind of like a mind game for LeBron in a way where the season may not be going well for them, but at the same time, he feels that I can have a game within the game. And that game within the game for him may be to defy Father Time. Hey, be sure to click on the like button and the subscribe and share button. And if you have a comment to the video, add that comment down below too. Also, let's face it, AD has been hurt, like 37 plus games hurt. And you know how fragile AD is. LeBron just have to take up the slack. He have to pick up the slack of not having his co-star. And that part of that slack is scoring, rebounding, making assists. And I mean, again, LeBron doesn't play much defense nowadays, but he does have to pick up a lot of the slack in terms of facilitating for the offense and also scoring for himself. LeBron has been known to be a pass first type guy. LeBron averages about for his career 7 assists per game for his career. I mean, I wouldn't really get mad at the guy if he wants to score in his last couple years in the league. Hey, why not? This is an offensive league now. Pretty much everyone's scoring at a high clip. Very little defense until you get into the NBA playoffs, into the finals. But for the most part, teams are just scoring. People are just scoring. And I feel like a lot of people are stat padding, I should say. I can't talk today. Stat padding. And LeBron may feel like, man, yo, this is my first time in my career where I could just ball out. I can play. We may not be playing for much this year. We're not going to an NBA finals, and we may get bounced in the first round. Heck, we may not even make it out the play-in tournament. And so he's like, hey, why not? Why not just score? Why not just continue to do what I do best and just do what I love to do and just go out here and play basketball? And this is by far the biggest reason why LeBron may be a stat pattern right now. He may be stat padding. Is because he's chasing the ghost of Michael Jordan. LeBron has made this very clear that he wants to be considered the best basketball player who ever played. Now, that's up for debate. I think personally, even though I am a LeBron James fan, I believe that Michael Jordan is the GOAT and LeBron is too. But however, LeBron is making a very strong case. And, you know, as time goes by, people will kind of forget some of the things that Michael Jordan has done. And they will see LeBron James as the clear-cut front runner for GOAT. LeBron is adding more and more things to this conversation by trying to win a scoring title this year, passing up Karl Malone and moving to second all-time on the scoring list. Next year, he would definitely, if he can stay healthy, he can actually get past Kareem Abdul-Jabbar for the #1 on the list. And also, it'd be pretty cool if he had 10,000 assists and over 10,000 rebounds, and to add with 30+ thousand points. I mean, that's pretty cool. And that's just another notch under LeBron's belt for the GOAT argument. So if I had to put it all together and you ask me gun to head, is LeBron James a stat pattern? I have to say this. Yes, at least this year. LeBron is padding his stats. He's padding his resume. And let's be honest. I mean, you would do the same thing, right? If you were LeBron James, you will be out there padding your stats as well. I mean, remember the last time you played at the YMCA? What did you do? You shot the ball like crazy. You did what you wanted to do because you just were out there playing basketball. And LeBron, like I said, this is his almost 20th year. If you want to stat pad, go ahead, stat pad. You're not going anywhere this year. You're not going to make the championship. You're not going to the championship. You might as well go ahead and enjoy yourself, have a good time, and score some points. Hey, you never know. I mean, the bottom line, the question is LeBron James stat padding? I think so. Now, I'm a LeBron James fan. I see it with my eye test. LeBron is clearly, he's out to score more. He's out to get more assists, to rebound. He's playing late in games. To be fair to LeBron as well, if he don't score and facilitate and get other guys involved and do all the things that LeBron has been accustomed to doing over the past 19 years, let's be honest, they don't have a chance to win. If LeBron is not scoring 30+ points, grabbing 8+ rebounds, assists, steals, and a few blocks, I mean, this team will be really in a bad situation. Heck, they may not even be in the play-in tournament. So you have to look at that and say, well, you know, LeBron is scoring more points, but is it other factors that contribute to him scoring more points? I think the fact that AD is injured and Russell Westbrook has not played up to his potential that we know what Russ could do, LeBron has been able to score more points and find ways to find joy in his current situation, and knowing that the Lakers, they're not going to make it past the first round, if even they get in the play-in tournament, right? All in all, if I'm being honest with you guys, I think LeBron James have been a stat pattern for this year. He's been building his resume and building his case for the GOAT conversation and his own personal agenda and some of the things that he want to accomplish. Now, is being a stat pattern a bad thing? Now, when you're losing, when you're a consistent loser on a team, but LeBron has been known to be a pass-first guy. LeBron has been known to be a winner. And this year, he's like, hey, forget it. We're not going anywhere. Might as well make the best of it. So I think that it's okay to be a stat pattern at least one time in your career. I mean, as long as you're not doing it for the rest, you should be fine. What do you think about this video? Do you think that LeBron James is a stat pattern? And if you agree with what I said or you disagree with what I said, put it in the comment below. I'd like to know what you think about this video. Is LeBron James a stat pattern? And if it's something that I missed here, drop a comment. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next video.